Do not attempt to adjust your screen. Forbes DVD Live is taking over. We got the almighty Hakim Green from Channel Live.
Peace, peace, peace.
In the building.
Peace. Yeah, man.
This is my bro right here. We build outside of the camera.
Yeah.
So I finally got him here, and we just be in the hood sometimes, just kicking it.
Yeah.
And you called me today. You said, "Yo, man, I gotta come to the show, man. Something is really irking me." What got you pissed off right now?
First let me start by saying, like, salute to Forbes DVD. You know what I mean? It's just a beautiful thing to see the growth in the movement, the growth in the company, and knowing you guys from, way back when.
Yeah.
Like that's, it's a beautiful thing to see brothers progress in a positive way.
Yep.
But what got me irked is that I want to salute Dame Dash. And I really got into his interview he did with Combat Jack, and I have to say, like, I'm riding with Dame. He came correct. He expressed himself in a very intelligent way. He put things in a certain perspective that I kind of I support wholeheartedly and have felt this way for a very long time. In terms of the culture, who gets to dictate the culture? There's no ethic in the culture. There's no authenticity. There's no loyalty. There's no unity. There's no peace, love, unity, and safely having fun.
Yeah. Because
corporations have hijacked the culture, and there's certain gatekeepers to the commercial side of things. They need to be ashamed of themselves in a lot of ways, man, because it ain't all about money, and we eating off ourselves, and eventually there's gonna be nothing left to eat. So, like, Dame putting certain things in perspective and really saying, like, folks like Peter Rosenberg, man, like, really need to check himself. Like, really check yourself, brother, because it's bigger than rap music.
Yeah.
What we really talking about is much bigger than rap music. You know what I mean? We want to talk about rap music, that's one thing. When you talk about Chuck D,
yeah, one of our elders.
When you say Chuck D, who voted you president of hip hop? We voted Chuck D president of hip hop. And it's like MTV, greatest hip hop singles of all time, greatest hip hop anthem of all time, Fight the Power. And Peter Rosenberg gonna question Chuck D, and then there's folks up there at Hot 97 that, I expect more from Flex. I expect more from all the people of color up there at Hot 97 who's supposed to be about the culture. You're supposed to put that man in check.
Say, if anybody, not Chuck D.
Chuck D, KRS-One, Bam, Hurt, like, they say what they say, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Whether you agree or disagree.
Yeah.
If they say what they say, that's what it is.
Because I don't remember any of them ever hurting the culture. None of those people you named ever did anything to harm the culture. And I would like to say that Chuck D is responsible for introducing the Caucasians to the culture with the Anthrax record, with Fight the Power. When you go to a Public Enemy show, who's there?
Yeah, white folks.
Yeah, they love it.
And that's a beautiful thing, because even the Terminator, I think the Terminator 2 movie, white boys run around with the Public Enemy shirt on. The whole word. Like, Public Enemy, their message about upliftment resonated across racial lines. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just about black versus white or any other thing that people might want to make it, but the power of the black man and woman and our struggle in this country and what it represents in terms of overcoming certain things. Public Enemy was the embodiment of that. Like, they turned the page, not just in rap music or hip hop culture, they turned the page in American culture. They made global history. You're talking about a group with a cult following, a worldwide following, because they stood on principle. They had morals, ethics, value. You talking about gangster? Like,
that's one W.
Like when you talking about gangster, we talking about revolutionary. When you talking about holding down the block, holding down your organization, like, these cats running around here doing that is so disrespectful to not only hip hop culture but us as a race. It's shameful. And we got a person like a group, a person, an artist like Chuck D and Public Enemy. You bet not near like say nothing sly out your mouth. Like, are you serious?
If this was, let's say this was 1991, what would happen to Peter Rosenberg?
PM Dawn.
And explain to people what PM Dawn is.
PM Dawn was a pop group, you know, a pop rap group back in the early '90s, and it was some disagreement between lead singer PM Dawn and KRS-One, and he did a Vanity Fair article and he said like KRS-One is the teacher who made him teacher, right?
Same thing, like.
Ooh, yeah. Right? Wow. I ain't even look at it
That's
that
why
way.
I'm going there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, Cats is at the Sound Factory. It's a big concert.
Up in the Bronx.
No. Sound Factory, that was on 26th Street in Manhattan.
Sound Factory.
But big shout out to the BX, no doubt. Birthplace of hip hop culture.
You heard that, right?
So, you know, PM Dawn is performing, and KRS-One is there with team, and they run up on dude's set, stop what he's doing, grab the mic. A couple cats got a little knocked upside the head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it was. And it got set. And I mean, it's a legendary incident. Y'all can Google it. Kitty Parker's on the internet talking about it. I don't even want to get too much into that. You know, and I'm not even promoting violence.
I am.
Like that. That's why I love my brothers.
I am.
No doubt.
You know why? Look, this is and this is Doggy Diamonds talking. My issue is this. I think we do have certain gatekeepers and people speaking for things that they can't speak on. With their elders, and this is the problem now, with their elders or OGs when they speak and they've never harmed what you were trying to. It's like an OG telling you, yo, I don't want to catch you selling no drugs out here. He's telling you that because he probably been in jail for 8 years in a row for selling drugs and keep going back.
Yeah.
You have to listen. Chuck D, when you listen to Chuck D, Public Enemy, Chuck D, first of all, one of the most powerful voices in the world of music.
Right. That's right.
Just the voice alone, what's coming out of his mouth.
That's right.
The voice is powerful, but now it's a powerful voice with a message.
Yeah.
Always been a message. Whether it was crack awareness, whether it was police brutality awareness, whether it was 911's a joke.
Wait till I get to Arizona. By the time I get to Arizona,
the president.
You know what I mean? Like Martin Luther King as a holiday.
Right.
Yes. Like this is like we
don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Like fight the power. Like bring the noise. Like takes the nation.
That brought us.
Shut them down.
That brought us. But and all of that was very, very hip hop. Shout out to the Bomb Squad. It was very, very hip hop. But this is also the group that brought us Professor Griff.
Yes, sir.
That brought us Harry Allen.
That's right.
An actual writer. Not these dudes that...
A journalist.
Yeah, journalists. Not people that...
Not a little sensational fanzine, da-da-da-da. But a real journalist.
Before blogging was cool.
Right.
He was writing. So, I believe that anything that he says about the culture, where it's at and where it's going, even if you don't agree with him, you have to at least let him speak his piece without challenging his words, because when Rosenberg said, Chuck D, what are you doing for hip hop?
Word, that was crazy.
I was like, hold up. I'm lost, because he's done more for hip hop 20 years ago than you've done in 20 years.
Yeah, but you know, that comes from folks confusing what hip hop culture is, right?
Yeah.
So when we say hip hop, we're not talking about rap music.
Yeah.
Although rap music is a component. Is a component.
Yeah.
Now when we talk about music business has a culture in and of itself that's different from hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Just because you're successful at hip hop culture don't necessarily mean you're gonna be successful at the music business. And vice versa. We got folks who are entrenched in the music business who aren't of our culture dictating what our culture should sound like and look like. And I'm not gonna, like, you know, in terms of folks' artistry, like, do what you do, make your money, get your money, feed your family. Let's elevate, let's evolve, let's all get money. But let's elevate the culture so our people can eat. Everybody's not gonna get rich. It's not about everybody getting rich.
Yeah.
But yo, for real, we like in a really sad state of affairs in terms of our community. right? And when you got folks making billions of dollars at this, whether they look like us or not, like folks got a responsibility to take care of the culture. We have a responsibility to invest in the culture. Chuck D's one of the folks that, like, one of the only folks in hip hop culture who consistently invest in the culture.
He named Busta Rhymes.
He named, but he also has a radio station, the first internet radio station, rap station. Chuck D's involvement in digital media and expanding hip hop's presence in digital media is like second to none. He's a trailblazer in terms of digital media, selling music on the internet, having your own radio station on the internet, like creating an independent space so the culture could live, not just the music business. Hot 97.
Not individuals.
Not individuals. Hot 97, Power 105, and the record labels, the major record labels, are set up to benefit a few individuals that don't come from our culture. They don't come from our neighborhoods. They don't come from our streets. They don't represent us. That's what Peter Rosenberg represents. You know what I mean? So when you shout out on Chuck D like that, like, for real, like, how does that even go down? How do people allow that to happen? I'm really...
So, you being Hakim Green, all the work that you put in hip-hop, on all aspects, if Peter Rosenberg can hear you right now, what do you want to say directly to him?
You owe Chuck D an apology, and you owe the culture an apology for stepping out of line and speaking on things that's really not your business, not your concern. We talk about hip-hop culture, not talking about selling records. Although Public Enemy has sold millions upon millions of albums. I think they were the first rap group to go platinum in a week with Fear of a Black Planet. You know what I mean? So when we talk about setting the standard, like Chuck D, Public Enemy is the embodiment of that. Not just in terms of rap music, but in terms of our culture and our people. So watch your mouth, because you may get slapped. I'm not promoting violence. It's not what I'm about. There are folks in the street that really represent that culture, homeboy. Watch your mouth.
And I mean, what happened to some of us, not me, because like I said, I put hands and feet on the nigga, but did we get pussy? Like, what happened to us? Like,
no,
where's the militant niggas that's like,
oh yeah.
Because remember at one point, somebody say something out of line, you couldn't diss certain rappers. Like, niggas in the barbershop will fight if you said niggas was better than another nigga. So what happened now that dudes is able to go on the radio and diss our heroes and nothing happens?
A lot of us sold our soul, bro. Like, honestly, a lot of us sold our soul. It became more about, you know, the perception of making money. Perception of making money.
Yeah.
A lot of these jokers ain't making money.
Yeah, we know that, yeah.
All right. So it's the perception of making money and the perception of living a particular lifestyle. You know, running after, chasing something that you see on TV, on a reality show. Trying to live up to that. So we start to do things that's really against the core of who we really are, or what we're really supposed to be representing. We know it. But hey, you know, we take that check. And it's like, it piles on. It's like one thing after another, one thing after another. Dame Dash mentioned Todd Moskowitz.
Okay.
97, me and Tuffy, Channel Live, we took a meeting up at Def Jam with Todd Moskowitz, and you know, he was into the music, but he said straight out, yo, y'all not locking down the block. Y'all don't represent that street culture that we trying to really get behind. He didn't say it like that, and me and Tuffy really didn't understand what he was saying until we really looked at the type of artist that Def Jam put out. And it was the constant drug, gang, drug. So it's like, they are there to represent a certain mentality, a certain criminality amongst our people. They criminalize the culture. Now we look at the private prison industrial complex and how you got private companies saying in the States, we can guarantee 90% capacity in our jails. Why? Because they know the culture is criminalized. The culture of people, black folks, the way we act, the way we carry ourselves, everything we do is jail.
Yeah.
Like how we
niggas with their pants off their butt.
That and a whole bunch of shit. Like we act like straight out of jail. So if you straight out of jail, you on your way. Like we give them the reason to lock us up. And rap music had a lot to do with that.
So right now, what do we do about a situation and people like Peter Rosenberg? Of course, I would like to punch him in his fucking face, but you know that might not be the answer. That's one of the answers, but
no. I really think the answer is I would like to see Chuck D, KRS-One, Ebro, Peter Rosenberg explain to us what the culture is and what's the problem. Like the four y'all get on stage, let's make it public.
Yeah.
And explain the whole situation to us. Because I have sat with Ebro, and he's explained to me how radio is programmed and ratings and the people. Like a lot of it does have to do with people calling in and certain, I guess, you know, whatever their setup is to track who's listening at what time. A lot of that is real, you know what I mean? But we used to break music.
Yeah.
The FCC used to have standards where you couldn't say certain things. What happened to those standards? Why have they disappeared? How come we don't have those standards no more? Like, there's a programming going on, and we're being programmed. Why is the FCC allowing MS Broadcasting Company and Clear Channel to program its population in a certain way? What is that about? Like, let's get to the bottom of that. And I think, you know what I mean, like between Chuck D, KRS-One, Ebro, and Peter Rosenberg, I think we can get some answers.
What about the people that's gonna sit there and say right now, are you just mad because your shit ain't getting played on the radio?
I am mad because my shit ain't getting played on the radio. What? Straight up, because I understand what the program is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about my record being on the radio so much. Like, I'm 45 years old. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I still do everything your favorite rapper does. I still do plus more. But I have a certain responsibility, a certain ethic, a certain principle. I come from a certain stock. I have certain folks in my life that mean a lot to me, and I would hate to let them down being other than who I am.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really about that. And I think that the culture would do a lot better if we picked better heroes and better leaders to follow. Like rappers are leaders, athletes are leaders.
So what about us, me, you, Tad, Alcon, following a Chuck D, and then we watch him get disrespected?
That's some bullshit. Nah, I know where you going with it. You want to punch a nigga's mouth.
He's like, look, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, but you know, I'm 24 hours of peace. Peace, love, unity, and safely having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really don't think that we need to elevate that type of behavior. However, if a nigga get punched in his mouth, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, it's a lot of folks follow Hot 97, and I don't mean to disrespect them in any way, shape, or form, right? But these people are purposefully dumbing us down. So I listen to it. I check in. I see what they got going on. I bounce to Power 105. I do my satellite thing. I bounce around. It's variety, but like really do the knowledge as to these stations. Who benefits? How does it affect your life for real, for real? Yo, we got babies growing up that's twisted and doing all your favorite things that you seeing on Hot 97 or hearing on Hot 97 on down to the reality shows. And you know, shit's fucked up.
Little baby saying, I've been drinking.
That's true. That's crazy.
Watermelon and all this shit. I'm like, oh, shit.
Like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Yo, word, your babies is drinking watermelon. Yo, another thing, y'all really don't understand what's happening to niggas right now. Like, for real. The showers are on, ladies and gentlemen. It's on and popping. And the ill shit about what's going on right now, and when I say the showers is on, y'all know about Nazi Germany.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, when the showers is on, that means they was trying to trail them Jews up to the showers and gas them.
Yeah.
Right? And you think you was going to take a shower. You get online to take a shower, but they going to gas you. All right, well, it's happening now, right? They got it to a science now where we love our oppression. We love it.
Our condition.
We love our condition. They killing us.
And we brag about it.
And we love that shit.
My hood is tougher than yours.
Yeah.
More people got shot on my block this weekend than yours.
Yo, Facebook is about to launch this year on niggas. They got this technology. Google this. Google it. They got this technology that's gonna it's gonna allow Facebook to listen into your environment.
Yes.
And whatever you listening to on the radio or on TV,
it's gonna update.
It's gonna update it automatically.
Right.
Talk about snitching, son.
That's crazy.
Snitching on yourself.
We making it easy.
It's funny, right
for
before
them to
you came-
listen to us now. Before we used to have to make the government work for our information. We
Right.
giving it to them.
Yeah.
It's funny because right before you came in, we was talking about how entertainment creates laws and conditions for us, particularly as black people. And we talked about Jim Crow, on how that was a fictitious character, you know, by Thomas Dartmouth Rice, and how Jim Crow wasn't a real person, but so many people bought into the negative stereotypes and images of black people that Jim Crow represented, that hence we had the Jim Crow laws.
Can I add on to that?
The Birth of a Nation. Go ahead.
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation. I know we there, brother. We there, brother.
There was a genre of music. There's still a genre of music called coon music, and it launched Tin Pan Alley, Ragtime, but it was an actual genre of music of
DJ
white,
Mustard.
of white and black, but mostly white artists writing songs about coons and what it would. You know, the man
Everybody
in the moon
got a
must look like
flag
a
for the
coon.
coon.
And
Everybody
we wonder
got a
what
flag
coons
for the
do.
coon.
Right, and all like the songs, you go on Wikipedia, they say that the most of the subject matter was about hustling, pimping women, drinking, getting high, and doing nothing.
That's what's going on.
That's
Let me ask you, is that Nigga Love Watermelon song part of that genre?
You're fucking coon ass nigga. For real, like think about that shit. Like there's a genre of music called coon music. And you replicate that shit. You must be a motherfucking coon, you coon ass nigga. Like for real.
Being a coon.
Like for real. Like it's straight up.
Tell them for the people. Hold on. ForbesDVD.com